All right, here we go.
Sometimes.
From the depths of the internet, my podcast did arise. A trio of loons with cigars in their eyes. They've invaded the world with their smoky surprise. The Cigar Loons, they're oh so wise. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. With their witty banter and infectious glee, they've captured hearts, you see. They're more than just smokers, they're a family, united by cigars, a brotherhood free. Invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. They've got the knowledge, the passion, the flair, a podcast powerhouse beyond compare. So light up a stogie and join the affair. The Cigar Loons are always there. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail.
Are we here?
And hello and welcome, everybody. Hello and welcome, of course. And
We've landed.
I want it.
Look out.
And Trust Grumpy start already with his conspiracy series. We've landed. Jeez, okay. Yeah, welcome out. Welcome back to the show, everybody. And of course, you're locked in with the Cigar Loons Podcast. And we're officially live tonight. And we've got a fantastic episode lined up for you because, of course, joining us in the lounge tonight is none other than Katana Dixon, the brilliant owner and founder of Sable Cigars. So, Katana, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show tonight, and welcome
Thank
to the
you.
Loons.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Yeah,
happy to be here. Thank you.
we're glad you're here
We're
too.
happy to have you here as well. Yeah, we are. And like I say, thank you, of course, for being in touch with us, the messages with us back and forth, and also a big thank you, of course, for sending out the cigars. Grumpy, Matthew, of course, what are you smoking tonight from Sable Cigars from Katana? So what are you smoking tonight?
Well, let's see
Let everyone
here.
know.
I'll have to break into the. I'll have to break into the vault here, but I hear there's something called Velvet Vice in here, but I haven't broke the seal on it yet. But I'm getting ready to get in here and get that out. We're gonna see what that's all about.
All right.
And just
Yeah.
like normal, I'm way ahead of everybody.
Of course. I'm the slow
Like
old one
always,
with
Matthew.
patience, unlike these guys.
So we're smoking Velvet Vice. That's perfect.
And
Yeah.
And I do apologize. I'm not smoking tonight on the show. I have got some serious sinus problems today, and I've got a stonking headache to the point I pretty much slept all day today because my head's absolutely aching. So
no.
it's been a long day. It has. But yeah, and like I say, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Katana, and of course
Make sure I got the right
arranging
one.
this. So I want to put a shout out first to Jesse at Tobacco G Sticks for putting this
Yes.
together and being in touch with Katana and putting it together. So big shout out
Yes.
to our brother
okay.
of the leaf,
Big shout out
Jesse.
to Jesse.
And like I say, yeah, thank you, of course, to Jess for sending me your number to get in touch with Katana and, of course, putting this together. So, for anyone who doesn't know about Sable Cigars and doesn't know about you, Katana, let people know how you got into cigars, how the company came together. Give us the rundown on how this journey started.
Sure. I've been smoking cigars for a long time. I would say over 10 years. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at a nice 10. We'll leave it at 10. We're not gonna, because you'll probably be like, wait a minute. So you
Let's
add the
not
two? No.
not doing it
and-
dating there.
Right?
That's right.
And
That's right.
my love for cigars actually came from watching my dad. Of course, back in that time, he didn't really smoke anything really fancy. He just would smoke anything. I don't even know what it was. And me watching him just to kind of come in from being at work all day, that helped him. So I was interested, and of course, I couldn't go up and ask him. So it was kind of like years later, I kind of picked it up and developed like, okay, what is this? And the more I smoked, the more I developed, a love for it and the palate for it. And sitting in this spot right out here in my patio, I smoke a lot of cigars, and I wanted to create something that would basically help tell a story. As we know, we smoke cigars that help us to accentuate the day or help you to bring it up, whatever it is, the reason you're smoking the cigar, it will help you with your feelings. And that's what I feel that this is for. And I reached out to a manufacturer, my great manufacturer, and we were like, it was a lot. I flew to the Dominican Republic and was there 15 days there in the process, touching, feeling, smoking right off of the table. And here's where we are today with this Velvet Rituals line. So that's really how it started, really. Just from my love of cigars.
I gotta say, there's a lot of information on your website as well, and I had a good read through it today. And something, just the look of the bands, they look great. And like I say, it's a great write-up about, of course, yourself and being, of course, ex-military, of course, your faith
Thank
as
you.
well, and the ministry things. To
Thank
read
you.
that, and you just hit it there straight on, as you're saying, going to the Dominican Republic, being there, watching every single process of that cigar being made to now, you've got the line. And
Correct.
you see companies that come out, and it's a case of straight away they want to just shove a cigar out. They want to get that cigar out. They want to make that money. Yeah, okay, they've got some passion, but of course with yourself, and of course looking on Instagram and seeing PCA, saw you at PCA, of course, dead approachable at PCA, of course, the different events where people are standing with you and smoking your cigars. You are easy to approach, easy to talk to. You're passionate about your brand, and it shows. And this is the great thing about this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly shut up for a couple of minutes because I know I carry on talking all the time, and Matthew and Grumpy normally say, "You ever going to shut up?" So Grumpy and Matthew, I'm going to let you guys talk to Katana and ask you questions. Well, I think of some more because I'm sat here tonight on a rest. On a rest, I'm not going to stress my head. So, Grump.
Well, we don't want you to stress your head.
My Grump. Oh, yeah, we don't want to stress my head. But I'm going to go up to you, our resident ghost Grumpy cigar preacher. So, go on, Grump. What have you got what have you got to ask our guest tonight?
Well, actually, I just wanted to say, your service is appreciated.
Thank you.
Didn't get to that before we got in here, so we'll throw that out there now. Oh, this is starting off very nice. Um, and I wanted just the whole presentation. When it showed up, the way the things are boxed, the cards, man, that's like, you know, somebody didn't just throw that together. That was, that was some thought put in there. That was
Intentional.
yeah, very.
I
And
appreciate it.
it gives you, it's something you'll remember, something that'll stick with you, you know. Oh, but I also hear that there may be some coffee involved somewhere in your background.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. We do actually, well, I do actually have coffee as well. And the coffee
Uh
is
huh.
designed to pair. And I'm actually drinking some right now because I'm a coffee drinker. The coffee is designed to pair with the cigars or as a standalone product. So a
The
lot of the
Midnight
coffee that we have.
Express, maybe.
Hmm?
Midnight Express, maybe.
Yeah, well, so what you have now, Velvet Vice, barrel number 7, which is the Tennessee whiskey inspired one, it pairs really well with that one, as well as the Midnight Estate, which is the dark roast. They pair really well with Velvet Vice. So I did that intentionally. So when people ask, hey, what do you pair with this? And I'm like, coffee
Right.
wise, I'll
Right.
give you that
Yeah.
particular line. They are
Got you
wonderful.
covered here and there. I hear you. Yeah, that's why I was because I'm not a drinker anymore.
Mhm.
Uh, these guys will tell you, man. In 3 years, they've probably seen me consume two, possibly three, into something like a Guinness or another stout or something,
Mhm.
and that's
Yep.
it. So I'm the coffee, soda, tea, water.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. But but yeah, that when I saw that, or about the coffee thing, was like, yeah, okay. I
We'll
need to
have
find
to.
out. I need to read a little deeper about this.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. We'll
Yeah,
definitely talk. Yeah, we'll
yeah.
talk more about that because you would
All
really
right.
enjoy the coffee.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna sit back up here for a few minutes and
Sure.
and start enjoying some coffee and cocoa in here.
Okay, good deal.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So hit
So,
her up, Matthew.
well, I know. Uh, First things first. I'm gonna say this thing's burning really nicely. Got a decent ash going. Believe it or not, this is about as long as it'll get with me smoking it because I'm too goddamn twitchy. But it's
He
not.
is.
It's not.
Trust me.
It's not. It has
Trust.
nothing to do with the construction of the cigar. It's just my twitchy ass. Um,
You will.
but yeah, it so far so great. Love the flavors I'm getting. Definitely getting some espresso in there. A little bit of cocoa, just like the website says. Um, Nothing else is popping out at me right now, but that's just my own brain being
Don't
tired.
worry, Ash. We can make you that coffee information be made available.
There you go.
That's why
So
I'm pushing her. It's her spotlight, baby.
there you go.
Absolutely.
We'll get that to you. Yeah,
So
we
tonight
will let you know.
I am pairing it with sherry cask finished bourbon from Middle West Spirits
Oh,
here in Ohio. It's aged 6 years. Finished in a sherry cask, which is really nice. I think it's made with a 4 grain, so it's got a little bit of wheat in the mash bill, so it's a little bit sweet. And then the sherry fruitiness comes through as well. Not super high proof, it's in the 90s like 97 to 8 range. So it's really pairing nicely with this cigar. You speak on the website about this needs to be smoked after dark. It needs to be smoked with a glass with some weight in it in your hand. What is in that glass that you speak of on the website?
I am a bourbon drinker, so any type of bourbon, I would always say, pairs well with this.
Mhm.
I again, I'm just a bourbon girl. I'm a bourbon drinker, so a good 90 or above proof will go really
Yeah.
good with it. And I think that with the bourbon, with the flavors of the bourbon that mash with it, it'll really mesh well with the cigars, with the flavors of the cigars. So I
Yeah.
think that, especially with this Maduro, I think it really pairs really well outside of coffee for my good
Sure,
friend.
yeah.
So outside of that, I think they really marry well together.
Yeah, so far fully agree with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, we did touch on the bands. The bands have sort of a unique design with the full rectangle with the little band that kind of holds it on there. I'm just curious about your choices on the design. It looks like it'll come off real easy without messing with the wrapper, which I like. Some bands, man, they're just on there so tight. They just always end up messing up my cigar when I'm trying to take them off. This looks like it won't give me that problem. What was your thought process in this design on this band?
No, it's
Um,
pretty easy.
Outside of trying to create something that was
But
pretty,
pretty
right?
short.
As a
Sure.
woman in the long nail committee, I I wanted to create something that was easy for us to peel off, or easy because a lot of people keep their bands. So these bands are not designed to peel off that way. They're simply designed just to twist and slide right off. So once you get to the, I would say maybe here of your cigar, the adhesive from that is going to loosen up and it's going to slide right off. So it's not designed to actually peel off, because if you try to peel it, you're going to tear up the cigar, and that's not the design. And once you get it off, the inside is very slick, and it's made for for the people who actually keep their bands, or I wanted that design to kind of look a little different, aesthetically, like, oh wow, I like that. So it took a lot of planning for me to get it this way, and I went back and forth on, do I want something to peel, and then I went to, let's do this a little differently, and let's have it to where it just kind of slides off very easily. So that was really the thought behind it, really, because my nails are so long and I hate to dig into a cigar, because I've torn them up before, like, my cigar's torn up, and it's like, I did that because my nails are so long and pointy. So
Yeah.
You have a
I mean,
question?
So we
yeah,
have had we have had a question in from distinguished gent Mike Ash. And are you a neat on the rocks with your bourbon? So Katana, do you have it neat on rocks or no rocks at all? How do you drink your bourbon?
I'm neat, all the way neat. I am neat. Yeah. I'm a neat girl. I will do on the rocks, but usually when I'm smoking my cigar, it's gonna be neat. Yeah.
I'm neat as well.
Same here.
I just don't like putting ice in it. Sometimes I put of course, little rocks in that you get the granite rocks, but nah.
Yeah.
I like my
But yeah,
teeth
thanks
too
for that
much.
question. Thanks for that question,
Thank you.
Mike. Thanks for that question.
Yeah. We love
Carry on putting
questions.
your questions, everyone. Of course, if you've got any questions that they're on Instagram, we'll also read them out off Instagram, and we'll also read them off.
Yeah,
Of course,
just ask
YouTube.
anything. If
So
I don't
please-
know, I'll make it up.
Yeah.
Just ask.
Yeah, just please put your questions in for Katana, of all means. But go on, Matthew, sorry.
So, all right, let me see. What was I lost my train of thought. Somebody else has something. Say it quick so we don't have a bunch of dead time.
So yeah,
Somebody
so
else say something
Katana,
quick.
how did you find, of course, being at PCA 2026? How did you find, of course, being at PCA? Because we've heard different things about PCA. There's it was okay. You know what? We can't wait to be back at Las Vegas. It's an absolute ball ache to get to. This, that, all the rest. So, how was your time at PCA this year?
It was really good. This was my first time on this particular side as a, as a brand. Even though I did not vend, I was there just kind of watching and watching how things actually go from a different set of eyes. It was actually a good experience. I met a lot of people, met a lot of owners, and it was really good for me just to kind of get into that space and see what's actually out there. Not really in a competition, but just looking at the creativity from all the other brands. Like, wow, I would have never thought of that. Like when you go, you see a lot. Like, oh wow, that's very different. And then you smoke their cigars, and you're like, that's absolutely amazing. So it was really helpful for me, just as an owner, as a brand owner, just to kind of see that and to be around other like-minded people. I had a great time. The only thing I didn't like was I went in through, I think, door A, and I think it was down in like J, so it was a nice little walk. That was that was the only thing I was like, oh my god. But other than that, it was a great experience for me. So I'm looking forward to Las Vegas.
Do you feel from your own personal view of being there, and we've been told this by, of course, different people in the boutique industry, there's when they're at the PCA, they're always at the back where they can't really be seen. The stands are covered because of the bigger legacy brands have got these big massive sets and stuff. Did that kind of ring true to you as you were walking around and you were trying to find boutique cigar companies? There's these legacies were pretty much covering them up, or was it easy for you to find who you wanted to go and have a look at?
It was, for me, it was a little overwhelming. But that is true. When you walk in, you do have the big legacy brands like right there in your face, boom, and you kind of go on the, as I call them, as I kind of like call it, like the side streets. You did find the smaller brands, the smaller ones. And not to say anyone's brand is smaller, but outside of the bigger ones, you're like, oh, okay, well, this is where they are. So that is definitely true. That is definitely true.
Yeah. We've had a couple of questions. So these are, of course, from Anthony at Ash Report. What was your inspiration behind creating your cigar? So what was your inspiration, of course, you're saying, behind the cigar? And then his second question was, and I think this may be a continue on, you spoke about your dad. Was this one for him, or like your "this is for me" cigar? So them are, of course, the questions from Anthony at Ash Report. They are.
So the first one was, what is the motivation behind it, right?
Yeah, was it
what
kind
was
of more
inspiration
for your
behind
dad,
it?
or was it more for you?
Yep.
You know, what were you expressing with it?
I would say both, a little of both. Because even though he passed away years ago, this is something I know he would be extremely proud of. And this is something that we would enjoy. This would be something that we would go sit down and enjoy and talk about. The creation behind it was just me trying to basically fit in to just that mold of really finding like, that's it. That's where I feel, because I honestly would tell people I found myself at the rolling table. That's really where I found literally myself, and that's where I needed to be, and this is the world that I like to operate in this particular realm. So I'm really doing it for us both, if to be totally honest.
Yeah, that's great. And of course, just want to say hi back, of course, to Tony. She's put hello, everyone. Hello, how is everyone doing today? So, hi to Tony, of course. Thank you for
Good evening. Good evening. Things are just lovely down here.
You've got three lines, of course, with the Connecticut, the Urbano, and of course the Mexican San Andreas Maduro. So, which one out of your three cigars is the one that you always go to? Because we've all got that one all-time favorite cigar. And to be honest with you, I think if we had ours, I'd probably smoking hours non-stop if our blend was so good. So out of the three that you've created, which one is it you tend to gravitate towards more, Katana, out of the three that you've got so far?
Caviar Ash, the Habano. I tend to grab that one more so, a lot more than the others. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I and
That's
that
a
was
perfect
totally
cigar.
different for me. Because when I first started, when I did the journey of it, it was more so I
Easy
was
play.
dead set on Connecticut. And then when I got the Habano and when we did it, I was like, wow. And then the other ones came, I
Oh,
was like, wow. But yeah, I tend to grab Caviar Ash,
Yeah.
like
And
more
we have
so.
had a comment, of course, had a comment there on Instagram from Tig1106, and he's put Velvet Vice is the best.
hey, it's a
How
very
how
it's
was
off
it?
to a very nice start.
Yeah. How did you come up with the names for the cigars? Because you find there's some, of course, they'll either call it the Monkey Wrench, or they'll call it Ironclad, or they'll call it Black Pearl Cigar Company, or they'll call it the Leaf and Ash Podcast Cigar, or they'll call it the Misfit Cigar, or they'll call it Bamps Cigars, or this cigar. How is it you came up with the names for your cigars, Katana?
Um, I came up with the line first, meaning the Velvet Rituals. So within the Velvet Rituals, everything is kind of, as you guys saw, it's very well thought out and very meticulous. So with that,
Mm.
I'll say Caviar Ash was first because I recently had my first experience with caviar when I went to New York, and I went to Marcus Caviar. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't think I would like it. And I just really kind of stuck with that. It's now on my palate. And I was like, Caviar Ash. I was sitting there and I was like, I like that. And then the other names just kind of came into play. I kind of played with a lot of names, and with the Velvet Rituals line, I said, well, I gotta have something smooth like silk. And I was like, okay, so I just kind of played with that name. So it was a lot of play on words with that, and just it was it just kind of came up like, okay, gotta have something silky. We got caviar. We gotta have something,
Yeah,
with the velvet. So that's how they came up. And
yeah,
Miami Vice, I was like Velvet Vice. So that's kind of where that's kind of where that came up at. Like,
yeah.
okay, that'll be
It's
perfect. So yeah.
but it's a good play on words as well with what you've come up
I'm
with. But
guessing that
Tony's
silken is going to be the answer to this.
yeah, and of course Tony has put. I have a
Just guess.
question. Are there any cigars you have catering to women? Question. Trying to get my wife into it. So, out of your three cigars, Katana, what would you say
Silken.
would be more for a woman cigar smoker getting into this for try?
Definitely,
Would it be, of
definitely
course, the
Silk and Veil.
Connecticut, or would it be the?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely Silk and Veil. I would say to
Okay.
start with that one, and just kind of move into the Caviar Ash. I would say start with Silk and Veil. Very smooth, not too heavy. I would definitely say with that one. It's an enjoyable cigar.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where do you see, of course, the movement with the Sisters of the Leaf, for, of course, the ladies that are doing cigars? Do you think now you're taking more of the marketers? Because when I was thinking of this question, I sat, of course, over the weekend, and I was like, you know something, when we were in lockdown, we saw a lot of companies that were coming out. There was a lot of female cigar smokers that were smoking cigars, then we see the companies coming. So do you reckon it's now the Sisters of the Leaf that are making cigars, as they are in the boom and they're the ones at the forefront? Or do you reckon it's still that male dominated factor of how it's always been in the cigar industry? Because we know it was a male dominated, but we're seeing a lot more sisters now. How do you feel on that one?
I still feel that it's male dominated, but we are coming into the picture a little bit more. If you look at the history, women are usually the rollers. We're in the back, doing that particular part of it. But we are more so coming to the forefront, I would say, and we're making waves in the industry. So it's still male, but I think we're kind of bringing our touches and kind of putting ourselves in that position to where, we're able to occupy the same space as well.
Yeah. And like I say, it's good to see because at the end of the day, we've already said, and we said it on numerous podcasts, the Sisters of the Leaf have got more taste buds than us. They know what they're doing. They're passionate about what they're doing. The band art, how they are in the industry, how sophisticated they are. It's great to see the sisters doing something because for history of cigars, we've always known there's the ladies have been in the factories rolling the cigars, of course. It's then got into the families. Not many sisters came out. And now it's the case of bang, we're in this boom. And we've seen it, and it's such a great thing to see. Yourself, of course. Balladonna, of course, Bria, Honeybee, and
Yeah.
so many others, Karen Berger and stuff. It's great to see that this is happening and we're in this. So we've just had another question. Anthony,
Anything
you
in
ask
the
a lot of
pipeline?
questions, brother. Anything in the pipeline? Anthony asks. So
What was
he's
that? I'm
asking,
sorry.
is there anything else? Is there anything
Yeah,
in
you
the
got
pipeline?
upcoming
So
any
got any upcoming projects coming out or anything?
yeah.
I'm always perfecting what I do because that's just me. I currently right now, right? We only have Toro cigars that are listed on the site. Without going into too much information, we do have some
Yeah.
more Itolas that are coming, and I'm really excited
Okay.
about those. I'm working on my next cigar because we have to always work. So just more Vitolas that are coming, and the next cigar I'm literally working on that one so that it's ready and it has to be, it's got to be right. So
Yeah.
always working, always working.
Yeah. That's the thing. You always got to be working in the industry.
Well,
Is there gonna be any
takes care of that
cigar events
question.
that you're gonna be attending? So we know, of course, there's different cigar events that are coming around.
Mhm.
Is there going to be any other cigar events that you're going to be attending, and where they're going to be if you are attending any? Of course, for our audience to know if you want to come and visit.
Absolutely. I have to get my calendar here because I don't want to misspeak. But over the next couple of weeks, I actually do have pretty full schedule that I am very excited about.
Mhm.
In June, the first week in June, that first weekend in June, I will be at the Oak City Cigar Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the weekend of Juneteenth, June 19th through the 21st, I will be at the Macon Cigar Fest in Macon, Georgia.
Mhm.
The first weekend in July, I will be at the Rose Gold City Cigar Festival in Oregon. So really excited about that one. Let's see, the week of the 22nd of July, I will be at the Chicago. They have Chicago Cigar Week, so I'll be there. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so I have a few things going on.
yeah,
Let's see. Yeah, just so we have North Carolina, we have Georgia, we have Oregon. So yeah, I would love to,
yeah,
if you're in those areas, please come out to see me so we can talk and have some laughs and
yeah,
just have a good time.
yeah. A lot of our audience, of course, are from the States. So we've got, of course, people that are watching from Virginia, from Florida,
Awesome.
Georgia, all over. So
Awesome.
it's great. It's great to ask that question, and then at least they know where to look out and be able to, of course, visit you, grab a cigar, and smoke a
Absolutely.
cigar and have a chat with you. Matthew, has the question come back to your mind, brother, where you went a little bit foggy? Forgot your trail of thought? Matthew, you need to put your mic down because you're talking and there's no sound.
I'm
Put your mic down.
sorry. I'm clearly not a professional today. Anyway, as I was saying, but you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
You touched on the fact that you were rolling cigars. So I guess the question that I have to ask is, when you say you're working on your next blend, are you literally blending the cigar yourself, or are you working with a blender and trying out different blends, or what's your process look like without giving too much away?
Definitely not rolling. Looking at these nails. So I'm definitely not doing that. So I work with my blender, and you know, I have to go back to the Dominican Republic, and we will work on the blends.
Okay.
Literally, let's do that. I like that. I don't like that. So when I say that's what we're working on, of
Yeah.
course, we'll start the process now so that we can kind of get an idea. So I'm not going in totally blind, and we'll kind of build from that. But usually it's I'm there standing and let's do this. I like that. I think this. So I'm in that process.
Sure.
It's not
Um,
rolling though, unfortunately.
sure. Yeah. So follow up on that. This cigar that I'm smoking, the Velvet Vice, I'm calling it in the medium plus range.
Okay.
Um, I assume Silk and Veil is in the mild.
Yes.
Habano can be medium plus as well.
Yes.
Typically, I'm not sure. Are you thinking anything for a full flavored cigar? Because I'm just curious, and also those are my favorite.
I am. So I will tell you the next cigar that I'm working on. It will be a full-bodied cigar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
So
you
that
go.
that one, I'm putting a lot. We're putting a lot of thought into it. And my manufacturer will tell you it has to be right. So that will be the next cigar that I will come out
Yep.
with, and it will definitely be all full-bodied. So
Awesome.
absolutely.
You've
Well, I
got
can't
you've
wait
got
to
to do
see
it right.
that.
You've got to do it right, and you've of course got to listen to the
Yeah,
factory, and
Right.
the factory will guide you when you're paying the kind of money that you're paying to get your cigar made, to go through that blending process and everything else with the boxes, the bands. You've got to have something that they think, yep, wow, okay. Not to say to you, yeah, we've got this cigar, and then it doesn't do anything. And this is the thing. You've got to really have something that's going to hit. And we are big fans of full bodied cigars. I really like a good full bodied. I like that pepper when it slaps you in the mouth and gives you that nice transition of the black going into the red, that nice dark coffee, that nice dark chocolate in it, the woody flavors. I like that in a good, dark, heavy cigar. So yeah, Grump,
Working on it.
how's the
yeah.
cigar? How's the cigar treating you, my brother?
Well, you're pretty
Because
much checking the
you've got a
boxes
nice
without
flash
me.
there.
You're pretty much checking the boxes without me having to say a whole lot. But I mean, uh, I'm enjoying all those flavors out of this. I mean, it's um, of course, it's what you expect from a good Mexican San Andres wrapper. I mean, you already have expectations
Mm.
just from that, and of course it meets those. It's very flavorful. Um,
Yeah.
it keeps that espresso thing going. Um, you get that. For me, it's more of a darker chocolate kind of thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, but I kind of it's like it was mentioned a minute ago about it. It's about it being like a heavier it's a heavier sweetness, more on the molasses kind of type sweetness.
Hmm.
It's kind of like got a weightiness and it's not overpowering, but it does have a weightiness to the sweetness that's in it. So it's more of a molasses kind of type thing, um but yeah, I mean, construction, there's no draw issues with mine whatsoever. And I've not touched it at all since we started. So I mean, there's absolutely uh there's a, there's absolutely zero wrong with this cigar in my opinion. And I mean,
Grump,
I'm enjoying it
you know them.
thoroughly.
You know, with me, I always like seeing the ashes on a cigar, and that straight away with them ashes is what I like. That nice grayish color, enough grey to white color on the ashes. You
Oh
can
yeah.
tell. But of course, we've had a question from, of course, distinguished
Another
gentleman
one.
Ash again, and he's
Yep.
put, being a sister of the leaf, what has been your biggest challenge? And when you've been talking to someone about your brand, how would you describe your product? So that's, of course, distinguished gentleman Ash.
Okay. My biggest challenge, um, basically getting into the space, honestly, because as you know, it is male dominated. So it's really getting into the space, and I had to step outside of my comfort zone. Meaning, I'm now a salesperson. I'm not really into sales, so I had to go out there and be more front facing with people.
Mhm.
So I would say that part of it on the actual sales side would be the biggest challenge for me. Trying to get it out there. And talking to people. I'm a natural at talking, so the actual sales side, right? It's like I can talk all day, but the
Yeah.
actual
Talk
sales side.
all day long, but I can't sell you nothing.
So it's that particular
Yeah.
part of it that somewhat, that I'm kind of getting over. Like, okay, but the more I talk about it, it's like it kind of comes easy to me. It's like,
Right.
we talk about the cigar, we sit down, we smoke, and um as you know, cigars help you tell a story. So, you're talking about it, you're sitting there, and you're like, oh wow, tell me about it. So we start talking about it. So then it becomes natural. It's kind of like, it's not really a sales pitch. It's more so of two people just talking about a cigar and what we like and, how I came about. And it kind of becomes a personable conversation versus anything else.
Hmm.
That answer it.
That's great. And
Yeah.
and
Right.
like I say,
There you go.
that's a great response.
There
It's
you go.
to me,
Them apples.
you've got to be passionate, like we said about your brand. You've got to know how to sell it. And the thing is, it takes time. It takes time. And the thing
Yes.
is, you've got a website there. You've got your cigars. You've got the coffee. Of course, you've got accessories. Of course, people are getting more to know about you. You go into the events. You're
Hmm.
talking to the people. This is the ground and the formula of starting and being there and pushing. And as we can tell, even with the events that you said, you're there, you're out, you're pushing, you're talking. So yeah, and like I say, thanks for answering that question. Of course, anyone else who's got any questions, then please put them in the chat. We will get them answered. So, Katana,
Yes.
in your free time when you're not, of course, smoking a stogie, what do you like to do in your free time? Of course, what is it that
Mm,
you also like in your free time away from cigars? What do you like doing?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'll get you back.
Let's see. Uh,
I'll get
outside of
you
smoking
back.
cigars, what do I like to do? Honestly, I don't really watch a lot of TV, so I will pick up, a good book. If I am gonna watch TV, I know this is shocking because most women, love this, but I watch like shows like Snapped and stuff. Snapped and shows like that. So I'll watch it like TV or just read a book. You
Mm.
know, I'm always thinking now. Sable is my life, so I'm always trying to think, what else can I do to improve it? What else can I do to make it better? So that's always going
Yeah,
to consume my thoughts. Like, I'm not smoking, but what else can I do? Like,
yeah,
how can I make it better?
Right
So
in my
that's
lap.
always at the front.
yeah. So
Right in the lap.
let's go on a flip side, of course, and I like flipping questions. So if I'm sitting,
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know,
stealing them too.
n- shut up, Grump, sit in that corner and shut up. Sorry, Katana, I have to put him back in his
That
place
was
now and
my
again. Put him back
question.
in
So
the
you
corner.
stole it. You read
So,
my mind and
no,
stole my
sorry,
question.
sorry, Grump, but think of something else.
I'll think
So
of. I'll
if I
think.
was
I'll think of something. I mean, there's surely five
So if I
people
would
she'd
say,
like to have a cigar
uh,
with.
so, oh, Grumpy, you're gonna nick that question, are you? It's okay. But of course,
Oh,
if I
and
was
that
sitting
too.
down now, Katana, and I didn't really know much about your cigars, and I was picking up, of course, the Velvet Vice because I know I like Mexican San Andreas, and
Mhm.
I'm just about to get onto Spotify, or I'm just pulling out a vinyl and putting that song on to chill out with a cigar. What would be what would be the genre of music, and what would be the song to have while smoking the Velvet Vice? What would be that song and genre?
Are you reading my mind, or am I like
Oh, man.
projecting my thoughts, or what? What? What?
Oh, um,
Twice.
Take it.
so I listen to
Twice.
I listen to a lot of classical music. So I if I do have a playlist for Sable has a playlist. And if I were to pick up Velvet Vice, um, I would actually say I'm actually looking for the song now. I have a whole classical, and I would say anything by. Oh my God, I'm trying to pronounce his name correctly.
It's okay.
Leduco Analdi.
Okay.
And Aldi.
Yes,
Okay.
Analdi. I recently saw him, well, last year here in Houston. Blew my socks away. Music made me cry, of course. And I love listening to that. And it just relaxes me. So it kind of goes with the Velvet Vice. And it just makes you just kind of just sit there and think with a nice, some nice bourbon, nice brandy, whatever you choose, coffee for my friend Grumpy. And it just it just helps. So I would definitely say
Man,
classical. I'm a classical girl,
Yeah,
so classical.
you know something. I like classical music. I like listening to Vivaldi. I like listening to Bach, and
Yes. Yes.
I was classically trained in opera when I was in high school, and of course, I nearly went to
Really?
university to be an opera singer many years back. And I've always been interested in it because my grandfather, he was the one that had classical Andrew Lloyd Webber, different kinds of music that I was brought up with. So classical, I can see straight there why the classical route. Now, of course, we've just had some comments in from our friend Tobacco G Sticks. She's put Katana, of course,
Hi.
with emojis with hearts, and then of course he's put as well. Much love, everybody. So a up, of course, to
what's up,
Jess
buddy?
and everyone watching us there on Instagram.
Jesse.
What's up,
So
buddy?
Grump,
What's up? Yo,
I know I've read your mind on two questions. Let me think what your next one is.
yeah, go ahead. Why not? I mean, go ahead. Shoot for three in a row.
Brother, I don't know how I'm getting your questions. Go on,
I
Grump.
If
beats me.
Before I nick your next question. Go on, Grump, say something before I nick your next question.
Okay, look here. This is one of those. This is one of those put you on the spot scenario things here.
Okay.
Okay, an event has just wrapped up. You've been at a very nice, successful event. You got everything packed up. You're heading out, and this event is on the 10th floor of the building. We get in the elevator together, and we got to the 10th floor to the ground. Sell me on why I need to have your cigar.
the old elevator pitch.
Yeah, what's your elevator sales pitch?
We got 10 floors.
Got 10 floors.
I would really start with what do you like to smoke?
Yeah.
I'll start with what do you like to smoke? And then we would really go into a lot of people. You may say, well, I like, whatever your cigar is. I'll always say, well, as a brand owner, actually do have three different cigars. We have the Velvet Rituals, and we'll start with describing each one. Silk and Veil, go into its Connecticut, Ecuadorian binder, Dominican filler, I'm sorry. And just kind of go into talking about that. And then I'll go into Habano. We'll talk about that. Habano Rojo, Ecuadorian, Dominican. Talk about the notes. Talk about how it's bold, but not aggressive. But it's a good transition. Something you would love. And then if you want to go a little bit darker, I would then say let's talk about Velvet Vice. It's our Maduro. You'll absolutely love it. Of course, Ecuadorian, Dominican, and it's more dark. As you did pick up Grumpy on the molasses. That's actually what's that's the note that you're gonna get. So it's kind of like a morning, midday, night type of situation. Like whatever your pleasure is, we have it for that. And just give us a try, and I think you would really like it. So that's how I
Well,
would kind of do it.
that would that would at least make me want to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
There you
Then
go.
I'd show them to you and say, "Hey, here you go. What do you
Yeah,
think?"
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now then, I'm gonna hush while I'm ahead.
Then
I'm gonna stop thinking because I'm obviously getting
that's
intercepted.
that's a good. But that was a good question, Graham. That was a good question
I
on
like that.
sales pitch. And this is the thing. It's interesting to see what someone's sales pitch is because a lot of the times it's a case of, well, this is our blend. This is what we are. Okay. The thing is, I want to know more. And the fact of it is, you just said, I'd ask you what you smoke. I'd go through the blends with you, get down to that floor, and then go, there you go. There they are. Brilliant. So, I know Grumpy
Yeah,
said he was going to nick one of my questions, and he knows this. I
nah,
actually love this question. So, of
that's why I
course,
wouldn't do it. See, I'm a nicer
five
guy.
five people. What am I then, Grump? But 5 people, alive or dead, Katana, that you would like to sit and smoke a cigar with. It can be
uh,
anyone from family to a celebrity to a musician to a sports person, from someone from history. But 5 people, alive or dead, that you would like to sit down and smoke a cigar with.
I would definitely say my dad. First of all, because I think he would literally be the smile he would have. I probably wouldn't be able to describe it. So definitely my dad. Um, um, I know that that is an on the spot question. Let's see.
Yep.
I know that Michael Jordan is a big cigar fan. I would love to sit down and talk to him just
Yep.
for the knowledge, just to soak it up. Not particularly to sell anything, but I just want to sit down in front of him and just to kind of soak that up. Um, let's see who else. Um, oh my goodness. Hmm.
mm,
I know. I'm
yeah.
trying to think. I don't know. I don't know. I love the way Michael B. Jordan looks, so I definitely want to sit down with. I want to sit down with him and talk to him and say, "Hey, well, let's sit down and talk." But so definitely,
Absolutely fair.
yeah, definitely. Got to throw in, let's
Yeah.
see. Um, I love Karen Berger, so I would love to sit down with her. I talked to her a little bit at
Okay.
PCA,
Good
but
time.
she is just a breath of fresh air. So I would love to sit down and just talk to her, just to kind of soak that in.
Mm.
Yep.
Along with sit down with Rocky Patel, sit down with Rocky as
Okay.
well, just
So
to
there's
kind
your
of
5.
yeah, that's my
Yep.
5. I like to be around, the people that are in the industry and just to hear everything that's going on, just intellectual conversation. So I feel that, you
Yep.
know, that would be
Right.
good.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm. So
I
There
think
you
so.
go.
out to so when of course, and this is a hard one because we've heard people say, you know what, I don't smoke anyone else's blend. I just smoke mine all the time. To me, if you're smoking just your blend, how are you going to know what this other company is doing to evaluate and go over your brand? You got to
Correct.
try other people's. So, what other cigar companies do you go and visit and like in their cigar portfolio?
Um, I smoke a lot. I do smoke Legacy, but I do tend to lean more to the boutique brands. I absolutely love Church of Tobacco has Money Mike.
Yep.
I love Money Mike. That he sent it to me, and I was like, oh my god. It is. I can't think of the actual name of the cigar, but it's by Casa by Mario. I can't think of his last name right now. Oh my god, I'm looking at the cigar. I have to come back to it. So just put a pin in that. The Rose of Sharon by Drew Estates.
Southern Draw.
Yes, I love those.
Southern Draw, Rose of Sharon. Yeah.
Yes, Southern Draw.
Yeah.
Let's see. Warfighter Tobacco. I recently had theirs, and it was a really good one. Let's see. I do like. There was another one that I had recently because I have a lot of cigars. I mean, because I couldn't, just get rid of all of my cigars because I make them. I still have a lot of them. Yeah. I think it's Black Diamond or Diamond Crown by J.W. Newman. That one was a good one that I did like.
Yep. Diamond Crown series, of course. J.C. Newman and Arturo Fuente. It is.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think. I'm really kind of going through my humidor of what's in there because I don't always pick up a Sable. Sometimes I'm like, let me get this. Karen Berger, I did get her recent one. It was actually really good. So yeah.
So Jesse says in the comments there over on, of course, Instagram, he's put Casa Carabello.
Yes, that's it. I couldn't think of the name. Yes. I couldn't think of his name, so don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. I'm bad. I couldn't.
There's so many, though, aren't there? There's so many, and this is the thing. It's like when people say to Grumpy or say to Matthew or say to me, right, out of all the companies that you spoke to in 3 years on the podcast, who stood out to you? It's so hard because
you can't.
You've had pretty much everything from every company, and you just can't hold that one out because everyone's got fantastic cigars from the legacy to the boutique. There's so many. Well, can you suggest something? Which is then a different question because you can go, well,
all day long.
What you're more into? Are you into that like medium? Are you into the milder stuff, the medium, or the medium to full, or the full? I'm into the full. Well, here's 5 cigars that I can suggest. Or I'm a mild smoker. Well, here's 5 mild cigars. Or here's 5 medium. And then you can. And like Matthew, of course, if they went to Matthew and said, well, I've picked this cigar out. I've seen you smoke it. Would you suggest this whiskey with it? Or would you suggest this bourbon? And that's the thing. And it gets into that great conversation around cigars. And I'm a big Drew Estate Black and M81 fan, of course. Metallica and Drew Estate with that cigar. I'm a big fan of that cigar. But I do like boutique cigars because there's something new all the time. Now, of course, we know the cigars have got Dominican Republic regional tobacco in it, of course. Are you looking at changing it up and using any Nicaraguan tobacco, or any Honduran, or any Cameroonian tobacco? Or is it just going to be different wrappers, different binders, and then using, of course, the filler, the Dominican Republic filler? Are you looking at changing that up at all, Katana?
Grumpy, I'm like you. He must know something. He must know something. He must know something. I am.
Ain't got a clue.
I know, right? So
I do not know what's up with this tonight. I promise.
I don't know. He's doing something.
Yeah, he's over there waving a woo-woo stick or something. I don't know what he's doing.
He's got a medium in his pocket.
He's got something going on over there because he's just.
I've got a large in my pocket.
Maybe they unleashed some kind of new technology over there we ain't seen yet. I don't know.
Gotta be.
Really?
But
don't you know I'm an X-Man?
Yes.
I'm an X-Man.
Yeah.
Something tonight. I don't know what, but
he's 5 hours ahead of us. He is coming at us from the future.
Well, I mean,
That's
you
what it
could look
is.
at it that way. Yeah, he does
Yeah.
have a 5-hour jump on our news.
But to answer your question, yes, that is actually in the forecast for me
Mm.
to actually have. I want to have the variety with the Dominican.
Okay.
I have not picked the region just yet, but I have an idea. But it's definitely coming.
Yep.
It's definitely coming. I
Cool.
want to,
That's great.
you know,
Yeah.
cross into it.
That's great. And like we say to anyone, of course, if you're going to the events that Katana's at, please go and, of course, go speak to her, go and pick up the cigars and chime, because
Please.
at the end of the day,
Your buddy.
the guys are enjoying it. And I just want to put a couple of legal notifications out. So we do not condone smoking, YouTube. We are not promoting smoking. We are talking about cigars. So please be over the age of 21 in the United States of America. And please be over the age of 18 in the UK, which, of course, as of next year, it's going to be 19 and going up. What do you reckon, Katana, on generational tobacco bans?
Yeah.
It's been quite touchy.
Yeah.
England has finally passed a generational tobacco ban. So at the moment, it's 18 to smoke in the UK. But as of next year, it's going to be 19. And every year, the age will increase. So what it is to stop anyone that is born after 2008, as they will never be able to smoke cigars or smoke cigarettes or vapes. Do you reckon it's a good thing, or do you reckon it's a bad thing? Do you reckon it's an impact on
Yeah.
companies, yourselves? Where's your stance on it? Where's your stance?
Mm-mm-mm.
I wouldn't really say it's a good thing or a bad thing, because you have to look at it like we have to have the perspective, and of course you don't want someone underage, right? Getting into that, but
Yep.
It's all about the development of what's coming. So you have to have that younger person, I would say, that's coming in and giving their feedback. But if if they're not able to, then how can they give their
Yeah.
feedback? How can they tell us what they're thinking? Because they that it's innovative, so we have to give them the opportunity to be able to get into the world that they see us in. So I understand the limits and things like that, but to constantly just push them out, it's basically saying, yeah, we don't want you here, but we actually welcome all, within the respective age limits or whatever that we have now. So it's kind of touchy for me, I would say.
Yep.
The
It's
problem that they've overlooked with all this is the fact that there's no cap on the age. So if you're out down here, when you're 19 and you can't smoke, well, you're going to be sitting there. If it goes up a year every year, you're going to be sitting there at 30, and you're still not old enough to smoke. So they didn't cap that anywhere. It just keeps
Right.
going up. They need to put a cap,
Right.
at 21 or 22 or something like that. That might make it a little more
the thing
palatable.
is,
It still ain't good, but I mean, the way it is, you be 30
it's
and
a
still
deterrent.
can't smoke.
It's a deterrent to what they're doing. Yeah, it's a deterrent to adhere to stop basically people going to smoking and trying
Yeah, they
to
don't
create
want it in your hands.
that smoke free culture, basically. Now, what it's also doing is taking people's human rights away, because, of course, as you know, if you go and serve for your country, it doesn't matter where you serve, is when you come back, you've been able to smoke, you've been able to drink. You come back to the States or England, and you can't smoke, you can't drink, but you can serve for your country. And
Right.
Yeah.
that to me is a bit of an insult. And also the fact of, we've always known here in the UK, as soon as you turn 18, you can go out into the nightclubs, you can go out to the pubs drinking, you can smoke, you can do this, you can do that. The same as within the States at 21. Of course, you can gamble, you can smoke, and do different things. To me, it's a case of taking someone's human rights away and doing this. And it also then creates the black market industry of people still buying cigarettes and buying cigars, and they're selling them under the counter, or they're selling them on the internet, or they're selling them in Facebook groups, or on WhatsApp groups, or this group or that group, and it creates that society. I think a lot needs to look into it, and the fact of it is, as we know with New Zealand overturned it. Of course, England's passed it. The Maldives passed it. As we know, of course, Massachusetts in the United States has got it kind of a general tobacco ban, and they're on about bringing it to Canada. I think the way we look at it now is the case of it's going to happen, and they're going to try and state it everywhere. But as long as, of course, the companies keep fighting and keep lobbying and keep proving we're totally different from cigarettes and stuff. Because like Grumpy said, and I know it's old news as we keep going over, but if you ban nicotine in cigars, you're going to ban tomatoes, you're going to ban potatoes that's got nicotine in it. Because the fact of it is, you're still getting nicotine, even if you take cigars away.
Right.
If nicotine's addictive, then why am I not addicted to my vegetables? Just
I'm
saying.
kind of addicted to potatoes.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, yeah, Fat Boy likes my potatoes. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like I'm gonna, I don't go into some Jones and fit if I don't get potatoes. Give me them fried.
If you look at it, anything can be addictive. I mean, there are people that are addicted to drinking Coca-Colas. Are you going to ban those too?
Exactly.
I mean, so
exactly.
Anything can be addictive. As a smoker, this is the way that we relax. This is our outlet. So, I mean, people that are addicted to going to gyms, you gonna close those down too?
Yeah.
So it's like,
this to me is
that's
yoga.
the outlet.
It's yoga to me. Yeah, it's yoga to me. And getting with Grumpy, getting with Matthew, of course, sitting with you tonight, doing the podcast, sitting, of course, with distinguished gentleman Ash and Ash Report and so many other people that we sit and smoke cigars with.
Yeah, man, that's our whole
switching off and putting our feet to the ground and getting away with the stress of either work or family life or something's happened in the day, just to unwind.
Yeah.
And you've also
or
got
to simply celebrate,
the fact
right?
of
You have a good win or something. You want to celebrate something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's the breathing aspect of what you do. Of course, you look at your watching, your stress level goes down. You see your heart rate go down in that chilled atmosphere. I've been for regular checks to the doctors, and it's like, oh, you smoke? And I'm like, yeah, I smoke cigars. They've still got me down to cigarettes, and I'm like, I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes.
No.
I smoke cigars.
Never have.
And they check my lungs, and they're fine. My lungs are perfectly fine. It doesn't hurt me when I go out walking. I can't run because I'm disabled, but when I go for a walk, I'm not out of breath. It's simple, and that's nice, man. That's nice how that's off, and still looks great with the ashes and stuff. But of course, we're getting into that hour and 7 minutes sector now, and of course, we don't want to keep you much more, Katana, because we know you're probably busy and stuff. But for anyone that's now coming to the end of the show, give them a closing statement about Sable Cigars and yourself. So give a closing statement to people of why they should come.
You will put me
and
on the
smoke
spot,
your
so I
cigars.
want you. That's what he does, right?
I'm sorry, Katana. I'm sorry.
It's that kind of night. Sorry.
Closing statement about Sable Cigars. I will say that I crafted these cigars from what you're smoking is really my creation. I put my heart into this. This is something I'm very passionate about. And I love doing it. I love talking about my cigars. I love talking, period. I would say to give the cigars a try, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with whichever one that you choose, whether you're choosing the Connecticut, the Habano, or the Maduro. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with each blend. Not overpowering, all a great line. And I feel that they will be in your everyday ritual, your everyday lineup, because that's what we strive for. Sable is not here to replace your favorites. I'm not here to do that because I cannot replace your favorite cigars. what I want to say, or what I want to do, is give Sable a try. And once you try us, you will see that we belong in the humidor with your other cigars. That's where we want to be. We want to
Yeah.
earn that space in your humidor to where we sleep with your other cigars. So that's where I want to be. And I hope that I have created something that is actually doing that, and it's helping you to tell your story, whatever your story is, whether it's, you're happy, if you're needing it as your outlet, whether you're needing it to unwind, whatever it is. Let Sable help you tell your story from that day. Let us help you unwind and let it speak when you can't even speak.
That's
So
great. That's a great closing. That
Thank
is
you.
brilliant. Like I say, hi to, of course, Turnbuckle and Stogie's pod. So hi to them. Popping in and everything.
No.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I just can't say no more. That's, yeah.
Thank you.
But of
There
course,
you
they just
go.
put in
Yeah.
another comment. Hope you guys are doing good and putting on a great show as always. Thank you, Turnbuckle and Stogies. It's much appreciated.
Appreciate it,
It is
man.
much
Thank
appreciated.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate
So
that.
Grump,
Yo.
I'll come to you with your last closing statement, of course, on the cigar, and then we'll get on to Matthew with his before, of course, wind the show up. We finish the show. So go on,
I,
Grump.
I
How's that
figured you
cigar?
was on the roll. I figured you could go ahead and just tell them what I'm thinking.
I'm sorry.
So molasses, charred oak. Anything
Well,
else, bro?
now
My brain power's going.
there is a little woodiness in it. I'm halfway or so, little past halfway. But there is a little woodiness. Now the retro hail has got like a little bit of a bite to it. Of course, I'm a little weak in that area anyway, but it's not one of those that stays in there and singes your nose hairs or anything like that. It just kind of like blows through there and lets you know, hey, I'm here. Boom, and then it just dissipates. But uh, yeah, that molasses thing, man, gives it that little bit of heavy sweetness that just, I don't know, it's that little something extra, but perfect draw. I've not touched it up or anything. Ashes fell off a while ago though in my lap, but we can't ding the cigar for that. Um, but yeah, if these other two
Mhm.
are the same quality as this one, yeah, you definitely got your hands on something. Just
Thank
my
you.
opinion.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I
Just
really
my
do.
opinion.
Thank you.
Of course, we'll go down to Matthew. Matthew, you muted yourself. So mute yourself, my bro.
Said he didn't want to hear me. He had his thing off.
No, I was
I
trying to
see.
yell
I
at the
I
girls for
I
something.
caught you.
Uh, I still had it on this year. I don't know how much I could add to the notes that Grump gave there. It's been a fantastic smoke from the start to where I'm at now here on this little
Thank
nub.
you.
Well, you ahead of
Um,
me.
yeah, well, I started ahead of you too, so
Well, I'm not
um,
surprised.
as far as this cigar goes, I definitely am going to add this to the ones I keep in my humidor.
Appreciate it.
It'll be part of that rotation. I haven't smoked the other two yet, but I look forward to it,
Thank you.
especially the Connecticut with some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the next
and,
project.
and I just want to say, like these are well constructed, very nice design, and the fact of the matter is, you've created something that is luxury, that is accessible, even though it looks very upscale. It's still accessible to people who don't have tons of money, and I love that. I love that little box you gave us. Those are
Yeah,
beautiful wood boxes that are engraved, and what a nice package that is. Um, so yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
you've put together something really nice here, and I look forward to digging more into it. So thank you for giving us your time and your products.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really do. I appreciate it so much.
Yes.
And like we say from the bottom of our hearts, Katana, thank you for joining us tonight, and of course sending out the cigars to the guys and everything, and for spending this time with us and telling us your story. Of course, telling us about the cigars, and we hope you've had a great time and you've enjoyed tonight. And
Definitely
please,
appreciate
please,
the
please,
service too.
everyone,
I
go
don't want to skip
go and
that.
yeah.
Thank you
Please
for
go and
having me. I
find
appreciate it.
Sable Cigars. Yeah, go. Please find Sable Cigars there over
Yes.
Instagram. Go and, of course, check
Yes.
Sable Cigars out. If you're going to the events, go and say hi to Katana. Go, of course, try the cigars and everything. And
Yeah.
you know what? From me, as I always say on every show, stay smoky. Matthew?
Hey, don't start none. Won't be none. Catch us next week.
Grump, finish it off, my brother. Finish it off and tell him. Come on, my brother. Preach to him.
Yeah.
Come on, preach.
Hey, I love you. Abba Father loves you too. But now, if he ain't driving the bus this year, you better switch seats with him, because we already on a bumpy ride, and now we got aliens in the equation. So you might want to let him drive. Catch me next time. Bye.
Catch you all next week, everyone. It's 7 p.m. Eastern,
Bye.
6 p.m. Central, and 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
From the depths of the internet, my podcast did arise. A trio of loons with cigars in their eyes. They've invaded the world with their smoky surprise. The Cigar Loons, they're oh so wise. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. With their witty banter and infectious glee, they've captured hearts, you see. They're more than just smokers, they're a family, united by cigars, a brotherhood free. Invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. They've got the knowledge, the passion, the flair, a podcast powerhouse beyond compare. So light up a stogie and join the affair. The Cigar Loons are always there. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest blends to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to